Hi, thank you for joining me for 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, round 13, and today is day 18, and I'm following a sketch by Deb Tallbroad. I'm sorry if I pronounced your surname wrong there, Deb. I'm documenting 3 photos of James's birthday back in 2020, that special year that we all had, and I'm using some Lindy's Magical... Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm using some Lindy's Magical powders. I'm just sprayed the cardstock with water and now I'm just scattering the powder all over that water. Once that's done, I was a bit impatient, so I decided to roll off the excess water. So obviously I haven't got the depth of colour that I would have had I left it to dry, but I'm happy with that. I really like the colour that I got in the end. So I'm just going to mount these photos onto some white scraps. These photos are all 3x4, and then I'm going to add them to this print shop paper. Still working on my print shop. So just using this as an extra border around the photos. And you can see from the sketch there up in the left-hand corner that the photos run from top left to bottom right. Now, Deb did use one horizontal photo. I've used all vertical just because that's the way my photos were. But it still works really nicely on this, and I'm thrilled with the outcome. So just trimming this out with my scissors, I'll cut between the two, and then I'm going to use my Tim Holtz edge distresser to distress those edges. So please check the description box down below for everybody else who's joining in on this hop. There's a playlist that's been organised so you can watch videos to your heart's content. There's also a Facebook group, 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, and if you join that you'll see albums with all the days in with loads and loads and loads of inspiration, so please do check that out too. So going back to the sketch, I'm working on these corner pieces now. You can see that Deb's put some starbursts at the top and bottom corners. So I'm just going in with my speckled egg ink, and that stencil is from the Retro Summer collection from Simple Stories. And I'm just creating the first layer of my starburst. I'm going to actually have quite a few layers on these. So starting out creating a circular element using these shards of the starburst or sunburst. Sunburst it is really, isn't it? And then once that's down, I'm going to carry on adding to it. I haven't stuck the photos down yet because I wanted to get these corner pieces sorted first. So I'm bringing in a couple of the circle webs from JD3D. Just one tucked under there and one at the top here. And I think they work really nicely for those elements that you can see in the sketch. And then I'm going to bring the photos in. I don't stick those circle webs down because the foam pads will hold them in place on the page. So there's no need to add any glue behind those. So using 4 of these Sticks 225mm foam pads. These are sold in a roll and they're amazing. I just cut them up and put them in a box so that they're easy to use. So the top and bottom photo I'm going to add foam pads behind, and the middle photo I'm just going to glue down with some PVA. Just checking that I'm happy with the positioning because the top and bottom photos will overlap ever so slightly. So you can see the 2 birthday cakes in those photos. The front one is Amelia's and the rear one is James's, and he had a muddy football pitch, which is what his dad always used to have, using chocolate fingers for goalposts. It was great. So I've cut this circle from the Hero Arts circle dies that we sell at Hey Little Magpie, and I'm just going to add a quarter of each into the corners, just deciding how to position them. I wanted slightly more than a quarter, so I didn't just cut one of the halves. I cut the slightly less than a quarter, if you like, off the excess. So gluing them down and then trimming off the excess. And this top one, again, I'm challenged when it comes to deciding where to put the glue. I put it on the wrong end, so just having to add some more glue there. And then trimming off the excess once again. And I don't like waste, so I'm going to tuck these 2 bits behind the photo as well. And I do like the way that looks. I think it comes out really nice. So just having a mess deciding where to put them. At first I think I'm going to layer them over those circle webs, but I don't like that it hides so much of the beautiful design, so I end up tucking them in the other corners. And I just love that pop of yellow against the blue. It works really nicely. So now I'm threading some wax thread onto my needle, and I'm going to add some long stitches on these starbursts. So this is the 3rd layer that I'm doing on here. So this is just a black 0.5 wax thread, adding the holes with a sharp pin, and then I can go through and stitch all these. So I'll show you on the first one how I do this, but the second one I won't make you watch through. So just threading that through, and then I'll stick it to the back with some washi tape, like that. And then it's just a case of adding the long stitches. So there's the first one. And it's amazing how much thread this uses, because you're going all the way up at the back and then down at the front. So I do actually have to rethread. I misjudged how much thread I needed the first time. So if you're going to copy this, make sure that you add plenty of thread to your needle. Not a big issue. I just did this shard, taped it off, and then added some more thread. And I just hold the back, and then I glue it all, stick it all down with some washi tape at the end. And you can see I've made the stitches all different lengths just to create more interest. Almost there, I think there's one more to do. So I've added 9 stitches to that corner. And here I am just taping that off. Just making sure I've trapped all the ends in the tape so it doesn't go anywhere. And that's the first one done. And then, as I say, I'm going to do exactly the same. And I've just popped that foam behind while I'm adding the holes just to protect my glass mat. So now I'm coming in with these Print Shop puffy stickers. I find one that says fantastic. So I'm just going to write fantastic cake. So first of all, sticking the puffy word fantastic down. And then I'm going to come in with my Doodlebug alphabets to add the cake. Just being careful to make sure that it's straight. When you've got 2 different fonts on a word, it's so easy to go wrong. So I just brought in my T-square ruler to check that it was going straight across the page. The mixed media in the background has ever so slightly warped the card as well, so it's easy to go wrong. So here are those Doodlebug letters, and just going from the back forwards to spell the word cake, just so that it's butted up against that bottom photo. So that's the title down. And now I'm just going to pull in some of these little bits from the sticker sheet, that heart and some of the gold stars and dots, just to embellish around. I do add a red one up there. I do change that afterwards. I decide that I just want to stick to the golds and blues on this layout. So now coming in with my journaling, and I just wrote, celebrating your 13th birthdays with the family was so special. The first time together since lockdown. The weather was glorious, and we threw the bifold doors open and congregated mostly outside. Your cake was a muddy football pitch, just like Dad used to have. So there we go. Then I'm bringing in this yellow sticker from the Papery pack. It just says, just thought I'd let you know. But I like the yellow against the photos, so that was the main reason for pulling that one. And then this puffy sticker says fun. I thought that was nice. And then I just wanted to bring in some of these music notes, because obviously we all sang happy birthday to James. So just trimming that off that Hello Beautiful washi sticker, and then getting that stuck down on the right hand side there. So here's where I switch out that red dot. I wasn't quite happy with the red. And finally, I'm going to come in with some splatters. Now you can see my water was quite coloured from the Lindy's Magicals at the beginning, the mica powder. So it has gone a bit blue. So I poured that away and tried again using my spray bottle. But there was still a bit of blue left in the gold, but it was much better this time, and it did come out gold. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this process. I absolutely love this layout. Sometimes the simpler ones are the better ones for me. But yeah, it was great fun. So I shall see you tomorrow for day 19. Thanks again. Bye.